Hi children, welcome back to Vidyarthi tutorials. So children, in the previous class we have seen exercise 1.2 from chapter 1 integers. So today we are going to see about multiplication of integers. So are you ready? Then let's begin our class now. So children, till now we have seen about addition of integers and subtraction of integers, and also we have seen some of the properties regarding addition and subtraction of integers. So today we are going to see about multiplication of integers. So we are going to learn how to multiply two integers. So see here children, we have certain rules to multiply two integers. So whenever we are multiplying a positive integer with a positive integer, we always get positive as the result. So plus into plus is equal to plus. So positive integer multiplied by a positive integer, we get positive as answer. For example, plus 2 into plus 3, we get 6. So here 2 is a positive integer, 3 is a positive integer, and 6 is also a positive integer. See the second one, plus into minus is equal to minus. That means a positive integer multiplied by a negative integer, we get the resultant as a negative integer. That means a positive multiplied by a negative is always negative. Let us see an example. Plus 4 into minus 1. So we get minus 4 as answer. So here what we have to do? Take the minus symbol out and multiply 4 into 1. So we get minus 4. So the resultant is a negative number. So positive multiplied by negative, answer is always negative. So negative multiplied by positive is also a negative number. So whenever we are multiplying a negative number with a positive number, we get the resultant as negative number. So let us take one example. Minus 1 into 4. So minus 1 into 4 is nothing but minus of 1 into 4, that is equal to minus 4. So here we are getting minus 4 as answer. So here we are getting a negative number. So here both of them were equal. So positive multiplied by a negative is similar to negative multiplied by a positive. So in the same case, in the two cases, we are getting negative as answer. Understood children? Let's see the next one. Minus into minus is equal to plus. So a negative number multiplied by a negative number, we get a positive number as an answer. So let us take an example. Minus 2 into minus 4. So minus into minus, which is nothing but plus. So minus into minus, we get plus 2 into 4. 2 into 4. So minus into minus is plus, 2 into 4 is 8. So answer is plus 8. So here we have to see the sign first and then multiply the numbers. So here we are having negative signs. So we are multiplying negative multiplied by a negative. We get positive, and then 2 into 4 is 8. Understood children? So these are the multiplication rules. Let us recall once again. Positive into positive is equal to positive. Plus into plus is equal to plus. Positive into negative is equal to negative. Plus into minus is equal to minus. Negative into positive is equal to negative. Minus into plus is equal to minus. Negative into negative is equal to positive. Minus into minus is equal to plus. So here, whenever the symbols were same, we have same signs, that means positive and positive, the resultant is in positive. And similarly, if we have two negatives, minus into minus, similar signs, then the answer is in positive. So, whenever we are having two positives or two negatives, the answer is in positive. Whenever we are having two different signs, that means one positive and one negative, the answer is always negative. So, this is one more thing you have to remember. So children, hope you all understood the rules for multiplication of integers? Yes. Now let's move on to the next one. So, product of 3 or more negative integers. Then how to multiply 3 or more than 3 negative integers? So, let us take minus 1 and multiply it. So, minus 1 into minus 1. So, negative multiplied by a negative. Minus into minus, we get positive. 1 into 1 is 1. So, answer is positive 1. That is plus 1. So minus 1 into minus 1 into minus 1. So now we are multiplying for 3 times. So minus 1 into minus 1 into minus 1. So minus 1 into minus 1. So here we are getting plus 1. So again this plus 1 multiplied by minus 1, we are getting minus 1, because positive into negative is negative. 1 into 1 is 1. So plus into minus is minus. 1 into 1 is 1. So answer is minus 1. And next, minus 1 into minus 1 into minus 1 into minus 1. So minus 1 into minus 1, we get plus 1. And here also minus 1 into minus 1 plus 1. So 1 into 1, which is nothing but 1. That is plus 1. See the next case. Minus 1 into minus 1 into minus 1 into minus 1 into minus 1. So minus into minus plus 1. Minus into minus plus 1. And here we are having minus 1. So 1 into 1 is 1 into minus 1. So we are getting minus 1. So if you observe here clearly, so here we are multiplying 1 for 2 times. So minus 1 for 2 times. That means even number of times. And here we are multiplying it for 3 times. Here 4 times. Here 5 times. Now observe carefully children. So whenever you are multiplying for even number of times, the answer is in positive. See, here we are getting a positive number. Whenever you are multiplying for odd number of times, that is 3 times and 5 times, the answer is in negative. So, with this we can conclude that a negative number multiplied for even number of times, we get the answer as a positive number. And a negative number multiplied for odd number of times, then we get the answer as a negative integer. Understood children? So when it is multiplied for even number of times, we get a positive answer. And when multiplied for odd number of times, we get a negative answer. So that is what given here. Look here children. Minus 1 is multiplied even number of times, then the product is plus 1. And if the integer minus 1 is multiplied for odd number of times, the product is minus 1. You can check this by making pairs of minus 1 in the statement. This is useful in working out products of integers. So whenever we are multiplying for even number of times, we are getting a positive integer, and odd number of times we are getting a negative integer. Understood children? Now let's see the properties of multiplication of integers. First property is closure under multiplication. So we have seen closure under addition. Now we are going to see closure under multiplication. So observe the following table children. So minus 20 into minus 5. So minus into minus is plus. So 20 into 5 is 100. So we are getting product as an integer. Now minus 15 into 17. So minus into plus is minus. 15 into 17 we get 255. So minus 255 is also an integer. Now minus 30 into 12. So minus into plus minus 12 into 30, it is 360. So here also we are getting an integer. So the product is an integer. Now similarly, do on for all these children. So you'll get all the things as integers. So everywhere we are getting an integer. So what do you observe? Can you find a pair of integers whose product is not an integer? Can you see another number which is not an integer here? No. This gives us an idea that the product of two integers is again an integer. So whenever we are multiplying any two integers, we are getting the resultant number as also an integer. So if a comma b were integers, then the product is also an integer. So let us see that in general, a into b is an integer for all integers a and b. Now if we take a comma b as two integers, then the product a into b is also an integer. So a is an integer, b is an integer, then the resultant a into b product is also an integer, then it is said to be as closure under multiplication. So this statement states that integers satisfy closure property under multiplication. Now look at commutative of multiplication, commutative law. So we know that multiplication is commutative for whole numbers. Can we say multiplication is also commutative for integers? So observe the following table children. So 3 into minus 4 plus into minus is minus, 3 into 4 is 12. So we are getting minus 12. Now let us do minus 4 into 3. So minus into plus is minus, 4 into 3 is 12. So we are getting minus 12 as answer. So if we consider 3 as A and minus 4 as B, so here we are getting B into A into B, B into A. The answer is C. So A into B is equal to C, B into A is equal to C. So A into B is equal to C, B into A is equal to C. That means A into. So in general, for any two integers A and B, A into B is equal to B into A. That means if A belongs to Z and B belongs to Z, then A into B is equal to B into A. A into B is equal to B into A. So this is called commutative property under multiplication for integers. Now let's see multiplication by 0. What happens when an integer multiplied by a 0? We know that any whole number when multiplied by 0 gives us 0. So observe the following products of negative integers and 0. These are obtained from the patterns done earlier. So minus 3 into 0, we are getting 0. 0 into minus 4, we are getting 0 again. So minus 5 into 0, answer is 0. So 0 into minus 6, 0. So anything multiplied by 0, we are getting 0. So if A is an integer, A into 0 is equal to 0 into A, which is nothing but 0. Understood children? This shows that product of a negative integer and 0 is 0. So we are writing like this. So A into 0 is equal to 0 into A, which is nothing but 0. Understood children? Now let's see the multiplicative identity. Multiplicative identity. We know that 1 is the multiplicative identity for whole numbers. So what is the multiplicative identity for whole numbers children? It is 1. And we have also seen additive identity for integers, which is 0. That is A plus 0 is equal to 0 plus A is equal to A. That means whenever we are adding 0 to any integer, we are getting the integer itself. This is additive identity. Now we are going to see multiplicative identity. So 1 is called as multiplicative identity. See this, verify these integers, children. Minus 3 into 1, we get minus 3. Minus 4 into 1, we get minus 4. 1 into minus 5, we are getting minus 5. 1 into minus 6, answer is minus 6. 1 into 8 is 8. 3 into 1 is 3. 7 into 1 is 7. So here, whenever we are multiplying an integer with a 1, we are getting the integer itself as the answer. So this shows that 1 is called the multiplicative identity for integers. So for any integer a into 1 is equal to 1 into a, that is nothing but a. So here we are getting the integer itself as the answer. So 1 is called multiplicative identity and 0 is called additive identity. So 1 is multiplicative identity and 0 is called additive identity. Understood, children? Associative property under multiplication. So let us take 3 integers, children. Consider minus 3, minus 2 and 5. So here let us take minus 3 as A, minus 2 as B and 5 as C. That means A into B into C and A into B into C. So here A into B into C is equal to A into B into C. See the first case. In the first case, minus 3 and minus 2 are grouped together, and in the second case, minus 2 and 5 are grouped together. So here we are taking minus 3 and minus 2 at one place, and here we are taking minus 2 and 5 at one place. So both the cases we are getting the similar answer. Then we can say that A into B is A into B into C is equal to A into B into C. So for any 3 integers A, B and C, A into B into C is equal to A into B into C. So this is the associative property for multiplication. So next property is distributive property. So see here, children, in the name itself we can observe the word distributive. That means here we are distributing the integer to the other integers. Look at the first example here, 16 into 10 plus 2. So here we have to distribute 16 to 10 and 2. So how we have to write? 16 into 10 plus 16 into 10 plus 16 into 2. So 16 into 2. So 16 into 10 plus 16 into 2. So here the distributivity of multiplication over addition is being done. So by this we can say that in general, for any 3 integers, that is A, B and C, A into B plus C is equal to A into B plus A into C. So A into B plus A into C. So here we are distributing A to B and C. So take at least 5 different values for each of A, B and C and verify the above. So in order to have a good practice, take any integers for A value, B value and C value and substitute them in the above equation and verify distributive property. Okay, children? So children, this is about multiplication of integers and the properties under multiplication of integers. Hope you all understood, children. So do you like this video? So if you like this video, please like, share and subscribe. So we'll meet up with exercise 1.3 in the next class, children. Until then, thank you. Keep smiling. Have a nice day.